give me another lesson then.
I can't understand it.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I'm too old for that. As an elder millennial, I can't even follow the rules. Anyway, we will see where it goes, but there is a lot of infighting today, which does not.
Okay, you're live.
Where's the thing?
Well, right now, it's running just like it's supposed to as we start to get people to sign in to watch.
Yeah.
I got a minute, yeah. And then I'll walk you through. Get rid of the crud on my throat. Okay. Oops, this is my book. Okay. Oh, I do have a pen. When people buy something, I need you to write their name down and the number they bought. Okay? Oops, that's not going to open up until that closes. Oh, there we go. And we want this one, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the one. No, that's not the one. I'm always getting the wrong one. Okay. That's the one. There we go. Okay. So there's where you type the number. And you're all set.
And their name's gonna be?
Everything's going to show up here. Okay? You can see Angie, Lucy, Chris.
Better get a magnifying glass. I can't see that.
Okay. But you know, I was thinking about the time I start, I get crud in the back of my throat. Not exactly sure why. Okay, tonight my husband is helping me out, and it always has to kind of walk through to show you everything. And let me see what's going on. Good evening, Angie. Okay, Lucy, glad you joined us. Chris, Karen, Oh, yes, good to see everyone. Oh, Karen, you're finally above freezing. We have been so warm for our February so far. Very unusual for us. Excuse me. We're delighted though. We are happy, but we could use some moisture. Wait. Well, as you can see, Pax is not here. I'm pretty sure, as nice as it is, they're outside practicing soccer, because I think we got up to about 60 today is what somebody was saying. Kaylin, oh no, excuse me, Dudley. Nice to see you, Quilting Grandma. I'm glad you joined us. Okay, you're going to warm up next week. We're going to stay warm. Like I said, today was like 60. Oh, and there's Kaylin. Kaylin, glad you joined us. Boy, we almost got our full crew. Excellent. Like I said, I'm sad that Pax isn't here with us. Busy little guy. He loves playing soccer. And everyone else was busy. So, like I said, my husband is helping me out. So, all is good. So with that, as you can see, just a beautiful line of fabric. Now, I did not purchase the whole line. Sometimes there's way too many pieces, but I have 12. Nice array of color, and it's the quilt I did behind. Who joined? Gwen. Glad you could join us, Gwen. So here's the quilt that I did out of this line. It is another, I'm standing right in front of it, but it's another Villa Rosa. There it is, notches, the Villa Rosa notches. This pattern, gotta tell you one of the things I did a little different. This pattern is a 60 by 70, so it's a really nice size pattern. And it called for 7 colors. Well, I couldn't decide on the 7, so I used all 12. I just didn't need as much. I only needed a fat quarter's worth. And then I actually had just a few half square triangles. It's all half square triangles. I had a few left, so I added just 2 rows. So mine actually measures 60 by 80. So it makes it a twin size. So you can do it with 7 colors, as the pattern said, or you can do it with the set of 12 fat quarters. And then you just need your background. In this case, I stayed with the black. I like the contrast that it gave. But this is the pattern. And you can order it either by the name or, let's see, the pattern number. Villa Rosa, they're $2. The pattern number is 733. 733 will get you the pattern. Or, if I quit wiggling, the name of it, notches. Either one. Who do we have? We have Made by Misty. Glad you joined us from Tampa. Well, thank you for the comment on the quilt. I appreciate that. So here we are. We have the pattern, notches. And like I said, the pattern is a 60 by 70, but you can add 2 more rows and make it 60 by 80 if you go with the fat quarters. So with the line of fabric, and get my notes out here that I wrote earlier. Like I said, there's 12 pieces. And if you would like, 1 yard of each piece, let me see what I wrote. It'll be number 730. Number 730 will get you 1 yard of each of the 12. So that's 12 yards of fabric, and it's $120. I give him a minute to add the 120. So it's number 730 that gets you 1 yard of each one of these pieces. and it's $120. There we go. $730 for 120. That is 10. That makes it $10 a yard. The fabric generally sells for $11.70. So you're saving not quite $2 a yard on that. So that is 1 yard of 12 colors. And as we go, you'll get a closer look, so you can think about it a minute. Okay, so you don't need a yard of each one. You'd prefer a half yard. So if you would like a half yard of the 12 colors, it is number 731. Number 731. Okay. Let him get caught up. Number 731. Okay, 731. That'll give you the half yard of all 12. That's six yards, and it is $63. Yep, $63 for a half yard of the 12 colors. Okay, so there we have our numbers, 731, $63, and that'll give you a half yard of all 12 colors. Okay, now we'll move on to the next if you want the fat quarter pack. So you'll get all 12 colors, number 723, number 723, and that is $31.50. $31.50 for the 12 fat quarters. And as you can see there, they're just really pretty. Now the part that I don't know how much you can see on the screen, it doesn't show much, they have a little dot on them. As we look at them individually, oh there, if I go back, you can see the dot. Just a nice random dot. Kind of hard to see the repeat on this one, but it looks really neat. There, we can kind of show how pretty all the different colors are. Whether we're doing yellows. Nice rainbow of color. An orange. Quilting Grandma, you need 3/4 of a yard, huh? So are you, Quilting Grandma, do you want 3/4 of a yard of all 12? Is that what you're looking for? Okay, so there's our bundle combinations, whether you want the 1 yard bundle, the half yard bundle was $731, the fat quarter bundle $732, not 23. 732. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully, let's see. I'll change it on my notes. We'll leave it. Okay, Chris, 733 and 7. Okay, I want to make sure 723, because I know I'm not using that number again tonight. So if I change it so that we know, we'll recognize the fat quarter bundle as 723 instead of 732. Okay. 723. So we got our 1 yard, our half yard, and our fat quarter. So now we'll go through them individually. Excuse me. Individually, the fabrics are going to be $10.50 a yard. That saves you almost $2. The first one's going to be $7.34. $7.34. $7.34, and it will be $10.50 per yard. I'm going to start on this side with this lovely lavender, number 734. Turn it this way so now you can see the dot and the contrast. Just a nice medium lavender. 734, number 734. Just checking to see what they call it. Actually, they're calling this one unicorn, but it's a very nice lavender. 734. Okay, 735. We'll stay on this end. I'll stay in the purple family. Kind of red purple. 735. Number 735. And they're calling it Concord, probably after the grape, because it is. It's a nice, pretty one. And like I said, now you can really see that contrast with the little circles on there, the little dots that are just kind of randomly scattered all over, which makes it a really neat piece. Okay, 736. Now this one will be our darker purple. 736. Another real nice one. More on the blue side of the purples. 736. How much, oh, Gwen asked, how much black did I use? The pattern called for 2.5 yards, and that's probably pretty close. I really didn't keep close track on it, but about 2.5 yards. So, like I said, that should be really, really close. Okay, number 737. We'll move on to the darker of the two blues. 737. Nice blue with a navy dot. So 737. Okay, you're welcome, Gwen. The lighter blue is 738. 738. It's the lighter blue, and then it's got the darker dots. And the dots on this one are similar to the dark on the other one. So 738 gets you the blue. And actually behind me I was noticing, yeah, it's up here in the corner. Sometimes even on the quilt it looks a little bit different, but yeah, 738. Okay, and how about a red? 739, number 739 for a nice red. Red on red. So yeah. $740 is a pink. Actually kind of a pretty pink, not too light. hair darker than a true pastel, but a really nice pink. 740. $741 is orange. The orange, or at least on my monitor, doesn't look very orange, but it is a nice orange. I'd call it almost a pumpkin orange. No, they called it clementine, but it definitely is. Trying to see if it changed. Yeah. Up behind me, it's up here. If it looks a little different color, kind of, but it is orange. This is the darker of the two yellows. 742. 742. Well, I always seem to get crud just before showtime. 742. Nice bright spring yellow. Yeah. Okay. Now a nice lighter yellow. Let me stack these up so we can see it. Nice light, more pastel. 743. 743. Nice pastel yellow. And actually you can kind of see the difference between the two yellows right here. There's the bright. And let me go this way. There's the yellow. There's the bright. There's the light one in the quilt. Looks really nice. Now we'll move on to kind of our greens. 744. And this one has a little bit of blue in it for our green. 744. And our last one is more definitely green. Let me get my container there, we can show you. Real nice pretty green. Definitely spring. Thinking of spring. So there we are. Okay, that is our line. And this was called On the Dot. The line is called On the Dot, and it was from Riley Blake. I'm going to mention that. Called On the Dot from Riley Blake. And as you can see, that's the quilt and what we did with it. So Jeannie picked out another batch of fabrics that are for sale, but before we get there, how about we do our drawing tonight? Even though Pax isn't here, let me move it this way. See what she put together. Oh, okay. We have jelly rolls, calendar, oh my, lots of patterns, different patterns. Looks like runners, covers, table runners again, quilts, all kinds of runners. Okay, those of you that don't know or are unaware, if you've logged in and talked to us, we will get you a ticket for our prize. And there's about $100 worth of value in there that we give away in Pax's Quilting Chest. If you make a purchase, we give you a second ticket. So you get a chance of making 2 tickets. We draw approximately every 6 weeks. You get what's in his chest, and if no one claims it, well, it wouldn't have to be tonight specifically, but if no one claims it, this carries over to the next one. Well, and I know some of the tickets are in transit because we were still shipping stuff, I think, on Monday. So, with that, get them all shook here, get them unstuck, whatever. And I'll let my husband reach in there. Got them all mixed up and let him grab one. Okay, there we go. Okay, our number tonight is 07. I'm going to put that in there, dear. 07 80 14. Okay, there you have it. The number is 07 80 14. I want to make sure that I didn't transpose anything. And like I said, I know, so your ticket should be green. Decided to change up our colors to help us keep a little better track. So it's a green ticket. That's the number. If you're the winner, let us know anytime. You can text us. Some of our ladies haven't all joined us yet. Oh, Kaylin, so close. You have been so close a couple of times. So, anyway, Quilting Grandma, not you, and I know you've won in the past. So, Karen, yay! So Karen is our winner tonight. And these things will be put with your stuff that we're holding from last week, Karen, and then what we're going to add tonight. So great. Yay, we have a winner, and it's Karen. Okay, so we'll start a new round. So those of you that order this evening, you'll get your new tickets for the next go around. I'll put that there. It's always nice to get a winner the same night. But like I said, I do know sometimes the tickets are in transit, that not all packages are delivered right away and stuff. So that is great. So now with that, we'll move on to our group of fabrics that we have on sale. Like I said, Jeannie just handed me a whole bunch. This time they truly are on sale. Last week I wasn't up to par when I was doing things, but tonight the fabrics I'm going to show you are all $5 a yard. And some of them there's a bit, some of them are almost empty. So we're trying to get our yardage down, always trying to make room for the new stuff that comes in. So let me see, I'm going to run out of numbers here, but that's okay. Let's start with, okay, I got one with a great big leaf, number 746, $5 a yard. $5 a yard, and this particular one, looks like about 2 yards left on it. Okay, Gwen, you go have a good meeting. So, nice print, $5 a yard, number 746. Number 746. Oops. 747. Oh, could use a rubber band. 747 is a nice black and white check. There we go, just a nice simple black and white check. 747. $5 a yard. Actually not too bad, about a 1/4 inch size are the checks. So just a nice size. Make a nice tablecloth. Oh yeah, you're right. We could have had an outside sale. I never thought of it. Could have went outside. It was so nice. But by now it's kind of dark. That's the only thing that's kind of running against us right now. So 748. Kind of a modern snowflake. 748. So 748. Okay, we'll go on to 749. Oh, it looks like I could have used another rubber band. 749, and it looks like pea pods is exactly what it is. There's not a lot left on this one. Might be 2 yards. So little pea pods. So 749. Okay, a nice green leaf. 750. 750. And actually, yeah, a coordinate that goes with this one is coming up next. So 750 on the leaf. $751. This one came out at the same time. You'll recognize the leaf, and then it's got the flower. So 751. $751 on the, okay, 752. Oh, I didn't even know we had anything left of this little guy. 752. I know all of his but companion pieces are gone. There's just a yard something on this one. 752. $753 is coming up. This one's got a different leaf and it's metallic. 753. 753, a nice vine looking, and it does have a metallic gold with it. Yeah. $754. A little more vintage looking, actually from Marcus, so I'm not surprised that it has that look. Kind of a blue medallion on a cream background. 754. 754. And it's a blue medallion on a cream background. I was thinking it's always nice to have packs to describe these. He always has a different perspective on what he sees. A brown. 755. Nice brown with big circles. 755. Okay. 756 is coming up. Another brown. Looks like it's got little pebbles on it. Oh, there we go. 756. I was just remembering with everything that we have going on, I forgot to say, anyone that has joined us for the first time, excuse me, to get your ticket, if you would just text us at the number that's shown below, the 605-423-3464. And if you don't order anything, we can at least send you a picture of your ticket. Hey, Teresa, glad you joined us. Yep. So anyway, and we try hard to keep track of that. And if we mess up, send us a text and just say, hey, I didn't get my ticket for the drawing, and we'll make sure you get one. But we try to keep up with that. Jeannie has been coming in and helping extra on Fridays to keep everything going. So, okay, that was 7:56. Oh, dropping my book and everything else. 7:57. Oh, this is a nice brown. I'm surprised I've got it left. Another one from Marcus. So it has a little bit of that vintage look to it. 7:57. Nice brown, little bitty kind of a rose color on it, cream. Kind of a nice print. If I look on the end, excuse me, it doesn't say any particular vintage line, but it has that look. Marcus Fabrics come up with that. A lot of that Civil War 1800s reproductions that are always kind of fun to see. Okay, 7:58. What do we have? Another brown. This one with a couple of different colors on it. But a nice dark brown, a little bit of kind of a burgundy, little blue, and I believe there's a green. So it's got just a little bit of extra color in there and stuff. So a nice one, 7:58. 7:58. Yeah, we keep trying to get our little sales corner down. And we keep trying to make room for some of the newer things that keep coming in, which we really like. Okay, this is kind of another nice shade of brown. 7:59. And it's got kind of a washed look to it, so the colors change from time to time as you're looking at it. Yeah, Teresa, yes, you'll have to rewatch, because the brand new stuff that we were showing on the quilt behind me, we got a lot of good deals on getting some of the brand new called On the Dot from Riley Blake. And you're not the only one that's going to rewatch. There's always somebody that is busy. Everybody is busy. So we don't mind. So 760. We're up to 760. And this one, tan on tan. And let me see if I can find, there you go, that little spot, I think you can see them. They're sewing machines. Little bitty sewing machines. So this would be, oh, and pair of scissors. If we go down into here, that's a pair of scissors that's inside that medallion. So kind of a fun piece that you can add to any kind of wall hanging, or on the back of a quilt at $5 a yard. Any kind of small quilt. 760. Do I have any grunge? I don't have any grunge at the moment. Actually, I'll say if the grunge, most of the grunge I'm familiar with comes through Moda. And it's one company that I don't buy from. Yeah. I think that's where most of it comes. At one time, there were several different companies had their own version of grunge, but I think most of it today is through Moda, and that's about the only company I don't buy from. Okay, if you need a little bit of wildlife, 761. 761. We have some deer. There we go. I have them upside down. Nope, they're right side up. So a nice fall print with deer. There's not a whole lot of it left. Yeah, in our part of the country, we see a lot of deer. And you'll a lot of the deer in the cars try for the same space. And generally, the deer doesn't win. But we do have a lot of hunters around. Oh, ran out of numbers. Okay, 762. 762 is another deer, this time with a green background. And I'll try to get them so they're not standing on their head. There we go. More of a spring. 762 on this one. 762. I don't know what that means.
Well, there's more of those little ones.
I've got a book. That's okay. I have a book. I'm writing them as I go. 762. Jeannie did a good job of rounding up a lot of fabric. 763 is a feather. Kind of an interesting feather. If anyone needs a feather. And I know sometimes some of you have seen these, but sometimes you never know when all of a sudden it's what you were looking for or what you think. Because some of these I probably showed 6 months ago. Or not. I don't remember. So 763. About 764. And, oh, a nice green. And just broke the rubber band. So nice green with yellow, purple, and pink little circles all stuck together. $764. That was $764. Do you have an earthquake? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Kaylin. Or did. Oh, did. Excuse me. Did you have an earthquake? Not that I'm aware of. Another nice green. This one is really light. 765. $765. It's a green, and then it has a leaf, like a real long leaf on this particular one. Oh, okay. Now I understand, Kaylin. The camera was shaking. And it is a little out of whack at the moment, isn't it? Okay. It happened when my husband hit the camera. No, leave it alone, dear. Don't mess with it. Okay, that's now, yeah. Now I understand. But yeah, no, he bumped it, so it's a little out of whack at the moment. But that's okay. We're doing fine. Okay. 766. And another green. Actually, it looks like most of them are green. A yellow and a red circle. 766. I was thinking, there's a few of these I think we're going to cut out and put in our grab bags. We have our shop hop coming up in middle of March, I believe, and stuff. So And we're going to put together some grab bags. And actually, similar to what we offered here. When was it? Before Christmas, or that we had the grab bags. And we're going to do a similar thing for our shop hop people coming up the middle of March. 7, 6, 7. Nice little flower and leaf. So I know a few of these we'll be able to cut them up into fat quarters for our grab bags. Because I thought, man, a couple of these I think I've looked at one too many times. Okay, 7, 6, 8. Nice soft green with a little bitty blue flower and a green flower. Get it up here so you can see it. Then it's got really tiny, tiny flowers on there. So 7, 6, 8. Okay, actually this looks like the first one, but it might be the other color. At one time there was 2 colors on this particular one, so we'll give it its own number, 769, because it looks very similar to one of the first ones. But I also know this came out in 2 colorways that were very similar. So there's a yard, barely over a yard on this particular one. So yeah. So 7, 6, 9. Okay, another one of the greens. Where we're at 7, 6, 9, 7, 7, 0. 7, 7, 0. And another green with kind of a teal blue flower. It's got a little bit of orange on it. 7, 7, 0. Okay, now if you're doing a picture and you need some grass to do a field, let me see, make sure I'm not upside down. There we go. I got a little bit of grass for you. You can put in your applique or the bottom of a field or whatever. Okay, Quilting Grandma, are you looking for scones? Right now I don't have too many pieces that have food on them. But if you're looking at scones to eat, no, I don't have scones. But if you're looking for scones on fabric, I don't know if I've even seen any on fabric. So my question to you is have you seen scones on a fabric print? And I'm forgetting what number I'm on, 772. So that's a part I'd be curious. My next thought is I'm not quite sure, even if I did see a piece of fabric with scones, if it would be super popular. Or at least enough to justify having a whole bolt. So 772. Here we are, 772. 773. And a nice leaf. I'm surprised this one isn't all gone. It's a nice leaf. 773. Really nice leaf. In a restaurant. Okay. 773. Okay, 774. Another one with deer on it. 774. Another nice deer. Actually, it's hard to see, but there's a little house behind him. A lot of trees, forest, and just kind of the little hint of a house behind it and stuff. That's 774. So, with that, oh sure, I never thought of it. Quilting Grandma, if you ever get to Sturgis, Chris is right. Sometimes the Sturgis Hotel has scones. They now have a bakery inside the hotel. So yeah, if you're actually looking for scones, you'll have to come to Sturgis on one of your trips when you get out. Yeah, thanks, Chris. So with that, otherwise, I have just run out of stuff. I thought Jeannie had found me enough to keep us entertained for the hour, so we're really close. Teresa, looking for fat quarters with vegetables. I have a couple of them. What I should do is I'll see what I have and text you a picture. I'll write it on my notes, because I think I don't have a lot at the moment. Sometimes I have quite a few, but I will write that down. Vegetables. Okay, and I will take pictures of them and just text to you what I have as fat quarters. I don't know how much, because a lot of my fruits and vegetables are gone. I was thinking of restocking again, because sometimes a company will have a nice little box of fruits and vegetables that you could just buy as fat quarters and stuff. So, but I'll see what I have for you, Teresa, and I'll send you pictures. So I want to make sure I write my notes so I don't just look at it and go, what the heck? There. So I have completed my note. And like I said, I don't think I have very many, but I never know until I start kind of thumbing through and seeing what's left in the fat quarters and stuff. So, does anyone else have anything else that they're kind of looking for or a request for?
Lucy.
Lucy, where are you up? Oh, duh. How much is the fat quarters for the fabric behind you? Okay, Lucy, that fat quarter pack, I still have the notes. The fat quarter pack was number 732, all 12, and it was $31.50. So $31.50 gets you the fat quarter pack, and if that's what you're looking for, the number was 723. Yep, 723 for the fat quarter pack. And that includes all 12 colors of the line. Then I can set them there for you. Yeah. So we can set that up for you and stuff. Okay. With that, any other questions anyone has? I know those of you local will come in and see the quilt. We're planning some more. We got another one we're trying to finish up. I'm trying to finish up for next week. I've gotten a little slow on getting my stuff done because we just had a new line that came in Tuesday. Tuesday it came in. Another nice spring line, and I'm trying to, one of the girls cut the parts for the quilt, so now I just need to put it together. And I generally put them together because of all of us, that quilt, I'm the fastest. I get them done a lot quicker and stuff, so. Okay. About how much was on 765, Karen? Let's see. Go back through my stack here real quick. 766. 765. Okay. This is the one. 765. And there is about, I'm not getting the folds very good. There we go. 1, 2. I was going to say, it looks like pretty close to 7, 6 or 7. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, looks like right around 7. Looks like about 7 yards on left on 165. And Lucy, give you the tip on how I get them done so fast. Okay, Karen, can take care of it. I don't know how to explain it other than I do so very fast. And I never thought I did. I truly thought the way I sewed was probably pretty average until I ended up in a class in which I kept getting ahead, and I didn't mean to. It wasn't never my intent, but that's when I found out that I sew fairly fast. And it's all just little tips, tricks I've learned over the years, and I don't even think about it. Yeah. It doesn't hurt to have a fast sewing machine. I do have a control on mine, but I do go very fast and lots of practice. Angie's right on that one. Lots of practice. And she's right, because I do a ton of sewing. And I have for as long as I can remember, because I just enjoy it and stuff. So with that. So with that, I think I'm going to call it a night, and you have a great evening. I'll see you next week with some new lines. My brother wants the scones. He'll be in Sturgis tomorrow, okay? Hopefully your brother will stop in and say hi. I'd like to meet him and stuff. Always enjoy meeting family and friends and stuff. So with that, good night. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week with a new line of fabrics.